Hi everyone, we're here today at the Melbourne Osaka Cup Year to Go party and I'm here with Kevin Le Poidevin. Hi Kevin, welcome.
Thank you.
You've come over here from Tassie?
Yep, just a short little flight early this morning.
Oh wow, okay. But it was a long way to get here prior to...
Yeah, about 13,000 miles plus the flight.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about how you come to be in Melbourne at this time.
Unfortunately, I was entered in the, well not unfortunately I was entered in the Global Solo Challenge, and that's a single-handed, non-stop, unassisted race from Spain all the way back to Spain via the Southern Ocean. And I got to about 900 nautical miles south of Adelaide, and I noticed I had some steering wear, and I needed to do a repair, so I had to opt for Hobart. And going to Hobart, I then missed my window to get around Cape Horn. So my Global Solo Challenge ended.
Well, there must have been some really mixed emotions in that.
Yeah, it took me a few days to get over that.
So what was the plan post, had you finished that race? What had you planned to do following that?
I got injured before the start of the Global Solo Challenge, and that took me 3 weeks to recover. So I was 3 weeks behind the 8 ball before I even started. And that ate into my time to do any repairs in Hobart. So you have to be around Cape Horn by the 31st of March. So if I kept going, I would have just made 31st of March, and then I would have been up to the top of South America, and I would have retired. I would have had to turn left, come through Panama, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get the boat back for the Melbourne to Osaka in the hurricane season. So it was damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, and so that has been on your...
That was plan B.
So Melbourne Osaka Cup has been on your bucket list for how long?
Oh, as long as the Ausstar, which I haven't got because they had COVID during that year. The Azores and back, which I got held up last year because the yard was not ready with my boat. So I've had to tick off two of those, or not tick off two of those bucket list items. And I was not letting the Melbourne to Osaka be one of those not achieved. So that's why I'm here.
Oh, great. How are you going to go transitioning from a solo experience to having two up on the Melbourne Osaka?
It's not going to be that bad. The guy that I've got is Daryl Gregg, Daz. We've been sailing together since about, 2011, I think, 2012, maybe a bit earlier than that. And I've always sailed short-handed up in Port Stephens. So there's usually, Ruth Elsley was another lady that I used to sail with. So the three of us would basically be the core of my crew 80% of the time. So I'm always short-handed.
Right.
The test is, this is a longer race. We've done the Sydney-Hobart together. We did the Sydney-Hobart double-handed last 2021. Unfortunately, autopilot failure on that one, but that was just Daz and myself. And we get on really well. So
how do your strengths complement each other? What do you...
So we've got a diverse range of skills. He's everything from into motocross, mechanical, electrical. He's fitter, he's younger, stronger. So there's a lot of complementary activities that where he might not be as skilled in navigation, I can carry that burden.
Who's the best cook?
If you can boil water and add freeze-dried, I think it's a no-win argument. But I tell you what, one thing did, the Global Solo Challenge, I had 180 days worth of freeze-dried, and I have about 8 different brands on board, and I know what tastes good. So if anyone wants to know, please contact me. I'll send my GoFundMe account to them, and they can add to that.
Okay, well there you go. We found with the Melbourne Osaka Cup that because it isn't that long a race, not like the Global Challenge, you can virtually make it through with provisions, fresh provisions.
Yeah.
And it's a much more exciting way to race.
And having a fridge on board in the tropics, I've brought a boat back from, sailed my Sigma back from Malaysia, coming through the tropics. A fridge is definitely a bonus.
Yeah,
and I've watched the videos of the guys in the Osaka, and you could tell they love that fridge.
Yeah, it's good. And tell me about Roaring 40. What's she like?
Roaring 40. She's a sweet boat, one-off hull, carbon fibre, 12.2 metres long with a 1.8 metre bowsprit, 1,000 litres of water ballast each side. 1997, so she's old. Single rudder, 3 metre keel, and Southern Spars rig. So not fully optimised because I can't afford to fully optimise it. It's a budget versus, what am I there for? I'm there to enjoy the boat, not there to break records and win stuff. But by the time the Osaka comes around, I'm hoping it'll be in a slightly more competitive configuration than it was for the GSC, because I've saved that money by half a lap and the return.
Oh, you have. Yeah,
it's quite a significant amount. So I can reinvest that.
Very expensive hobby that you've chosen.
It is.
And doing it solo and not being able to share the financial load is, that would be hard. So you do some sail for charity work. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yep, so I support two primary charities. Soldier On, because I'm obviously ex-military, and I've been supporting them since 2012. And they help military people transition back into civilian life. That's their aim. And the other one I support is Brain Tumour Alliance Australia. One of my mates was diagnosed at the age of about 49 with brain tumour, with brain cancer. It was given a very short prognosis. So I asked him, what can I do to help? And he goes, mate, just promote Brain Tumour Alliance. They've been so supportive, and they support the patient or the victim and the family and the carers. They're not government funded, so I said, yep, happy to do that.
Cool.
So when you see my sales, they're branded with Brain Tumour Alliance and Soldier On.
Okay, it's good to know. Well, good luck in the race.
Thank you very much.
And I'm sure we will be seeing you around in the lead up.
Excellent.
Okay, thanks,
Thank you.
Kevin.